Sawadee Cup. Good afternoon, everyone, from Isan. This is the second of my sort of garden wanders. Last time I posted my brief video on just walking through some of the tropical gardens, which are on the second block of land, half a rai, which is 800 square metres of land that we bought in 2017 and have been developing since. The original block of land on which our house is built was another half rai, so 800 square metres, that we bought in 2013 and completed our house early 2015. So I thought I'd take you around that original plot of land because it's very different from the tropical garden that I showed you yesterday. It's still very lush, but it's more traditional in some ways, and I'll show you. So here we're standing in our outside living area, looking into the tropical garden that I walked through with you yesterday. And I'll just sweep you through the living area, and then we'll look at the other gardens that Gun's created that are attached to the house. So this area you're looking at now faces east, so we get the morning sun coming towards the camera, and then we have this big undercover outside living area, dining here, with a big overhang to protect the house from that easterly sun. These are golden palms that have been planted up on the easterly side, because obviously with the east, the rising sun, it gets underneath this roof line unless you have heavy planting to keep the sun out. In Thailand, obviously it's a very hot country, so whereas in Europe you'd want sun, in Thailand the last thing you want is sun coming into your home, and our home gets absolutely no sun because of either the design or the planting that's happened. So these golden palms protect this easterly side. And then we sort of sweep round. This is our outside living area, which is where we spend a lot of time. If you've ever seen videos in my other groups of Gun, my wife, dancing, she loves to dance. This is a speaker system she's dancing to, you'll recognise that. And then sweeping around again, this is north. So the cool side of the house. If you're building a house in Thailand, try and put as much of your living areas on the north, where it be protected from the hot sun. Gun's little enclosed gardens here. This is the back of our storeroom, laundry, bathroom that sits behind the carport and protects us from the street. And we have a koi pond here. That sound, for those of you who are familiar with Thailand, it's a Wall's ice cream motorbike that comes around about this time every day. If I want an ice cream, I just stop her and buy one. This is an area that's been around for a while, but only very new in the way that it's shown now. We added this roof. It was originally a pergola, but we added a roof to protect it from rain and make it cooler during the hot season. So it means we can now put outside furniture here without it being affected by rainfall. So beautiful outside seating area in the shade, because it is north facing. This is a water feature with a pump, which isn't normally on. And then you have these gardens, which have a lot of hedging and some grass. They're a little bit more open than the tropical gardens I showed you yesterday. When we first built this was a completely cleared block. There was none of this was here 8 years ago. 9 years, what was it, 8, 9 years ago. It was just a bare block of land. So the priority was to cover up the dirt as quickly as possible. Grass is great for doing that. So we planted the grass, and then we've been adding these handmade clay bricks to create little seating areas. This bird bath was given to me by an ex-wife, actually, who were still good mates. A lovely seating area. I really enjoy sitting here. It's under a couple of mango trees, so it's a shaded area. And then, as you can see, it has this beautiful view of the house and garden. One of my favourite views, actually, of the house and garden. Just magnificent. I'm not a rich man. In Australia, I'd be living in a caravan. But here, as you can see, just amazingly lucky, and it's something that I recognise every day. So Ixora, I-X-O-R-A, Ixora, on the left. This would normally bloom, have these red-orange flowers, but because our gardens have become so shaded, they don't bloom the way they would normally if they were in the sunshine. The hedge on the right is what I would call a box hedge. All of the hedges are beautifully maintained by Goon, who trims everything to keep them in perfect condition. And then you sort of walk through. We have these little sort of areas that you can walk through and explore. Beautifully shaded now. Shade is king in Thailand. If you don't have shade, you'll have areas that are totally unusable for a lot of the year. Too hot. If it's 40 degrees, you're not going to be sitting in the sun. Once again, a beautiful view of this is late afternoon, so setting sun, westerly sun, hitting golden hour, they call it, hitting all of Goon's beautiful trimmed hedges. The big hedges at the back, the sort of round ones, these are Korean banyan trees. If you don't trim them, they grow into a tree that would be, I don't know, 30 meters tall. But Goon, if you do trim them and keep them trimmed, they form these lovely hedges. They only work if they get sunshine. If they're in shade, they produce no leaves. So these examples, they have leaves on this side but not on the other side because it's in the shade. And then looking back towards that seating area I showed you at the beginning. So a beautiful place to call home. I'm so privileged and lucky, and I so enjoy sharing all of this work that Goon's done to create this magnificent oasis with you guys. Thank you so much for your support, and I'll chat to you next time. Sawadee Krap.